Hey guys, it is the evening of September the 22nd, and as you can probably tell, I am self-filming tonight as Justin and Mitch have went over to our big food plot, and they're in there after a deer we call Velveeta. Both of the deer that we're hunting tonight were in these general locations last night on the cuttybacks, and this big temperature drop had about a 20-degree temperature drop overnight, and that's what has us out here this evening. But I'm in here after that crab king deer on the peninsula stand here. I've had several encounters with him on this particular food plot, and we know he's in this area. I'm going to be sitting over a turnip plot mixed with oats, and then I have some green soybeans here to the west of me. The table's set, he just has to show up to eat, but you just never know. There's several other shooters in this area as well, and a lot of deer that haven't showed themselves. The deer are just not moving like they should be, with the high temperatures, and scrapes are starting to open up. So the anticipation is high, and we just need a little bit of luck on our side here, and hopefully Justin and I get an arrow in one of these target bucks. Guys, it's September the 22nd, and what a day it is, as we had a major cold front move through the area yesterday, as we had temperatures in the mid-90s, and today we're in the mid-60s, and I couldn't pick a better day to make my debut for this 2022 season, as this is my first time hunting this year with the bow. We decided to come back here and hunt this oats plot. We tried originally putting a turnip plot in, but we've been having some extremely dry conditions this year, and turnips didn't take the first time, so we come in here and drilled oats into it, and as you can tell, there's a little bit of turnips coming up through it. So we're in here hunting a buck we call Velveeta. We've been getting a lot of pictures of him on this particular pot just in the last week or two. He just showed up on the farm, I believe, September the 11th or 12th, and we've had a couple daylight pictures of him in here. So we're going to get settled in here, and hopefully Velveeta makes his appearance, and we'll be making some nachos tonight. Oh yeah, look at that. I didn't want that. Well guys, that's about gonna wrap it up for us here, as we had a pretty eventful evening. Seen a lot of deer, just not the right one. We seen that one particular deer after we watched him all evening here. It was a 6x5 with. Didn't have any history with him on the cameras yet, and me and Mitch just kind of discussed it. Looks like he is a nice 3-year-old, so, but it was still pretty cool seeing him. We got about 15 to 20 minutes of light left here, so if anything comes out, we'll bring it to you, but if not, we'll be back at it tomorrow on the weekend here, so thanks for tuning in. Well, all in all, it was a pretty good evening, as you guys could tell. We encountered a couple really nice bucks, and unfortunately, none of those shooters made their appearance, but this was our first kind of big cold front here in the Midwest since season has opened, and it turned out to be a good one. You know, watching these deer behave the way that they were, hitting those scrapes and whatnot, really gets us excited, and we have high hopes for this fall. You know, a lot of these new deer are starting to trickle in here. I know that Justin and Mitch encountered a nice deer tonight that we don't have any pictures of, and that really nice deer with the kickers off the G2, he hasn't been here since Velvet, so it's nice to see those bucks out and about, and the activity is really starting to pick up. As it's been extremely hot here in Missouri, these deer just have not been moving.
Good morning from the city limits. Today is September the 26th. Grant and I are out in the urban zone. Really right now we're just trying to punch a couple doe tags, as you guys have heard us talk about before. The program that we're involved in here in Iowa in the urban zone is pretty awesome. One of the big perks, obviously, with the statewide opener not being for a few days, one of the perks of the urban zone is that we've been hunting since last Saturday. So it opens about 2 weeks before statewide, and there's opportunities to get a buck tag. We actually both thankfully earned our buck tags for this year by shooting 3 does apiece last year. And so this morning we're out trying to punch a couple more to lock in that buck tag for next year. But since the last time we've talked to you guys with our hit list update, we've kind of been out and about, and we've had some good hunts here in the city limits. The opening day last Saturday, I kind of was doing almost a solo mission. Another buddy that's not Grant and I, he's in the urban zone hunt as well. We decided to go out and just try to knock down a couple. So we dove in last Saturday morning and ended up getting a glimpse of a really good deer. We slipped out of there. It rained kind of through the middle of the day, slipped out. Grant and I slipped back in that afternoon, and the first deer we saw was this deer. He's a solid, super mature buck. He's got it all, especially, you know, my urban zone priority is a lot smaller than what I'd shoot statewide, but this deer is good for anywhere in the world. He's an awesome deer. So we had a great encounter with him Saturday afternoon. Watched him work off into the neighborhood, up a ridge, feeding off into somebody's backyard. The following morning we got back in nice and early and quiet with the stands already set, and I kind of waited out hoping to catch him going back to bed. Unfortunately we didn't see him, but we did see what I believe to be his running mate. So we did catch a glimpse of him going back to bed, and then that following same afternoon we went right back in, and I had an awesome encounter with that 8, which we'll show you guys. Bed down. That's good. As you guys saw, that was a pretty intense encounter with that 8-pointer. You know, after reviewing the footage, I think I would transition that buck toward the hit list. in my head by watching the footage back, I don't think there's any way he's any less than 4 years old. So although he's a little spindly, he's got a great frame, and for the city limits here, I think I'd be plenty proud of him. So it's cool to see a potential shooter already this year, especially before the statewide season has even opened. So Grant and I have not done any good here this morning, unfortunately, although it's probably under 50 degrees. It's actually pretty chilly. Couldn't really tell you why. I do know that as we've been out and about and bouncing around, we have noticed an absolute bumper crop of acorns this year, and this particular spot we're in really doesn't have a ton. So that may be part of our strategy going forward, is try to find some oak flats and stuff that are holding these deer. But going forward, we're going to continue to bounce around the city limits, learning these little pieces, hopefully running into some does along the way, and then ideally capping off that with punching a couple extra bonus buck tags. So I know the whole team is super excited. I was talking with Owen yesterday, he's jacked up. I know Mike's excited, Jared's excited. Statewide opener right now is just 5 days away, so we are ready to rock and roll. Everybody's hopefully got all their final preparations done. I hope all you guys at home are ready to go. Your cameras are out, your stands are hung, because we're excited. So the main event is upon us here in just a couple days, so we'll be checking in with you guys here before too long. Thanks for watching.